You're very welcome here tonight. We're in the Maree Community Centre doing our weekly lotto run. It's Monday the 24th of April and our lotto jackpot is 19,100. Tonight we have Pat Kane with us. He's our under 14 18 manager, and he's also daughter playing with the county team Galway, who are through to the Connacht Final, I think at the end of April, is it, Pat?
Yeah, next weekend.
Pat also has helps out with us with the Feile team. So we have two teams into the Feile our round, which is kicking off this weekend on Sunday. So best of luck to the two Feile teams. So we'd also like to extend our sympathies to the Hanniffy family and the passing of Francis Hanniffy. He's been a long-serving member of this club, and all his family have volunteered or helped or played at some stages throughout their lives. So a lot of sympathies going out to the Hanniffy family tonight. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and do the lotto. Okay.
Twenty-four.
Again.
And 27. $16. And 15.
So do you want to recap the balls there again, Pat?
24, 27, 16, and 15.
Super, thanks a lot. Best of luck, everyone. And we hand you over to Colleen for the weekly news bulletin.
Thanks very much, and very welcome to our Oranmore-Maree One Club News for this week. Thanks, Trish. And as Trish alluded to earlier there, we'll start tonight with sympathies to the Hanniffy family on the death of Francis Hanniffy at the ripe age of 101. The Hanniffy family, of course, are well known and respected within the Maree and Oranmore community and are heavily involved in the GAA club. And Francis, of course, is father of Des Hanniffy, our club secretary for the past number of years. Francis is predeceased by his beloved wife, Theresa, and he'll sadly be missed by his sons, John, Joe, Des, and Frankie, daughters, Anne Fallon and Terry Sheridan, daughters-in-law, sons-in-law, brother Willie, sisters-in-law, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, nieces, nephews, relatives, neighbours and friends, and indeed all of us at the Oranmore-Maree One Club. Francis' removal took place this evening to St. Joseph's Church in Maree, and Requiem Mass will take place tomorrow, Tuesday at 11 a.m, with burial afterwards in Ballinaccorty Cemetery. Arieste Gorev Aanam Dealish. Well, moving on, and best of luck to the two Naomh Mhuire sides involved in the under-15 Ladies Football Feile this weekend. Group games are on Sunday, and if we qualify, the semi-finals and the finals are on Monday. And we have two teams, as I said, in action, one in Division 1 Group 2. The venue is the Oranmore Community Centre. The game's commencing at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday, and we're in a group with Annadown, Clare Galway and Salthill Knocknacarra in Division 1. And then our second team are in Division 3 in Group 1, and they will have their games in Menlaw Pitch in Group 1 of Division 3 on Sunday, commencing at 10:30 a.m. And they will be up against Menlock Skahana, Ballinasloe and Tuam Cortoon. And of course, as I mentioned, if we qualify, the semi-finals and finals are next Monday, May 1st. Of course, it is a bank holiday Monday, and plenty hopefully to look forward to there. And speaking of Feile, the under-15 B Boys football team had a fine win against Clonbur in the last league game before the Feile. They've still a bit to go before their Feile though. It's in 3 weeks' time, and of course we'll have more information on that in the coming weeks here on our One Club News Bulletin and on our social media channels and our website, of course, Oranmore-Maree GAA.com as well. Well, returning to ladies football, and well done to Lábhaoise Keane and the Galway under-14 girls as they progressed to the Connacht Final versus Mayo. Of course, they had 2 games at the weekend, and that final is this coming weekend. It's going to be on Saturday the 29th, and that is at 4 p.m. in the Connacht GAA Centre of Excellence Dome. So best of luck to Lábhaoise and all of the Galway under-14 girls footballers there, of course, up in action against Mayo, as we said, this coming Saturday.
Up by Darren Shaughnessy from the sideline. Shaughnessy goes for a score. It's going to land in the square. It's a dangerous ball. The goalkeeper goes up and it breaks off. It's in the back of the net. It's a goal for Galway. The ball is in the net. And I'm not sure who will come up. I think it's Ruben Davitt. It was a dangerous ball.
Oranmore-Maree's Ruben Davitt scoring the only goal for Galway under-20 hurlers in their 120-117 win over Wexford in Carlow on Friday. Indeed, there was plenty of Oranmore-Maree influence on this game. Rory Burke was the top scorer with 12 points. 11 of those came from frees. His lone point, this excellent score, which kick-started the second half for Galway and put them 113 to 11 points in front.
He's looking for point number 8. This is the first one from play. He goes for, he puts it over the bar. And Rory Burke got 7 points in the first half, all from the place ball. He's playing at centre half forward. He puts the shitter over the bar. That's his 8th score of the day. He's a fantastic player.
Indeed, and that's Galway into the quarter-finals now, where they will face Offaly at Glen East O'Connor Park in Tullamore. That one's next Saturday with a 1 p.m. throw-in. 1 p.m. throw-in there, of course, and along with Ruben and Rory, we'll have Paddy Burke and Connor Butler, I should say, also involved. And best luck to all 4 lads next weekend. Well, the Galway Senior Hurlers got their championship campaign off to a winning start with a 24 points to 212 win over Wexford on Saturday at Pearse Stadium. Gearoid McInerney playing the entire game with number 3 in his back on the way to that hard-earned 6-point win over the Slaney Siders, and Galway are away to Kilkenny next Sunday at 2 p.m. Well, he wasn't the only club person to feature in Pearse Stadium on Saturday. At half-time, Maree National School pupil Clodagh Greeley was involved in the Galway team that faced Wexford in a mBunscol game, and well done to Clodagh and all involved, and we hope there's many more days ahead for you in the maroon of Galway. Galway indeed, and elsewhere in Camogie then, and a win for our senior team by 2 points in round 4 of the Senior League. That was against Carnmore on Saturday morning in very wet conditions. The girls digging deep in the second half of that one to secure their victory. A final score of Oranmore-Maree 112, Carnmore 1 goal and 10 points. Well done to the ladies there. Well, the next round of Senior and Junior League matches are due to be played by May 7th, with our seniors away to Mullia and our juniors meanwhile away to Carnmore. And sticking with Camogie, and the under-12 Camogie team have got their championship campaign off to a great start with a comprehensive win over Castlegar, of course, last Monday. We mentioned it last week's bulletin. And up next for them is an away fixture to Crockwell. That's going to be this Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Meanwhile, Camogie Academy training continues every Sunday in the Oranmore ball wall, with under 6 training at 11:15 a.m. The under 7s are at 12 noon, and the under 8s and under 9s meanwhile train at 1 p.m. And of course, new members are always welcome, and registration can be paid through Club's app. And of course, further details on Club's app and on our website Oranmore-Maree GAA.com as well. Well, turning to hurling, and a big well done to Keane Madden, Jack Ackman, Cathal Hanniffy and Gus Lohan, who represented Oranmore-Maree on the Galway Under-14 Academy squad, which took on Kilkenny at James Stephens ground in Kilkenny, of course, in the shadow of Nolan Park on Saturday morning last. A big well done to the lads there, and a big well done to everyone involved in all of the underage academy Galway squads that were in action at the weekend. Huge number of players involved, so apologies if we miss out on anyone, but we'll have more on this, of course, in the coming weeks as well ahead. And speaking of hurling and speaking of underage squads, and congratulations also go to Cathal Sweeney, Jake and Harry Keady on their 130-121 win with Galway against Clare in the Under-17 Celtic Challenge Cup on Saturday. And a big well done also to Willie Burke, of course, who is part of the management team there as well. Well, sticking with hurling, and it's to younger blood we go further still, and well done to our under-8 hurlers, who had a great morning hurling against Rahoon Newcastle GAA club at their wonderful facility in Tonabrockie on Sunday. It was a great day had by all, great morning had by all there, and good wishes coming in from the Rahoon Newcastle club, of course, as well. And thanks to them for this brilliant picture of the two teams together, and plenty of future stars on show there, no doubt. And speaking of future stars, but more in a coaching sense, and well done and a thank you to our transition year GAA future leaders in assisting our club's GPO, of course, David Lernahan, with our club coaching in the school programme, which took place recently. And a big thank you also to the Calasanctus Future Leaders Course Coordinator, Cian O'Grady, for his assistance in setting up. And of course, we're post the Easter holidays now, and a note in from David that the coaching will be back in the local primary schools again, of course, in the Gael School on Wednesdays from 9 to 10:30 a.m. Kieran McDonough and John Short taking the coaching there, and then from 11:45 to 1:15, Colin Burke and Mikey Greeley. And then on Thursdays in the boys' school, of course, Luke Murphy and Alan Connaughton taking the early session there, and then Harry Cady, Thomas Blake and Ryan McPhillips in the mid-morning session. And then on Friday, of course, at the girls' school, you had Kieran McDonough also involved there, Alan Connaughton as well. So too Anna Ruan, Liam Burke, Luke Casserly and Ciara Killeen. So big thanks to everyone involved there, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more happening in the schools now that the Easter break has passed, of course, as well. On Sunday, our adult football goalkeeper Conor Carroll and his Roscommon colleagues came up against Galway in Dr. Hyde Park in Roscommon in the Connacht Senior Football semi-final. And despite a strong Roscommon effort, including that from Conor, with all of his kickouts during the game reaching his teammates, for instance, Galway were 113-19 winners in the end. And the victory means that Galway now face into an 8th successive Connacht Final on Sunday, May 7th. That'll be up against Sligo in Castlebar, of course, Sligo accounting for New York in the other semi-final. The game will be preceded by the Connacht Senior Ladies Football Final. That's between Galway and Mayo, and it throws in at 11:30 a.m. Well, congratulations to a trio of lads from our club who are in action with the Galway minor footballers, Michael Burke, Kieran McDonough and James Murphy, along with coach Tim Rabbit, of course, on good wins over Sligo and Roscommon recently. Kieran can be seen here scoring the first of his 2 points last Friday against Roscommon. And the second one, a well-worked effort as he shook off his man and the ref playing advantage before sending that ball over the crossbar for an excellent score. And best luck to the lads against Mayo in the third round. That's coming up this Friday, of course, which is the 28th of April. And that one will be away in McHale Park in Castlebar. And to men's football we stay, but back to the club action then. And the intermediate footballers were in league action against Micheál Brannocks last Saturday night in Invern, losing narrowly by a point, 10 points to 9. Our lads leading by the vast majority of this game and regained a 1 point lead with 2 minutes of injury time left. But it was the hosts who finished strongly. A very much improved defensive display from our side, where scorers on the day were 5 points for Mark Ronaldson, 2 for Kevin Horgan, while Owen McDonough and Gearoid Looney had a point apiece on Shin. Right, to fixtures then we go, and it's a busy week ahead. 2 games, 3 in fact, in the Under-16 Football League, all involving our sides this Tuesday night, all at 7 o'clock. 3 games away, I should say, and 2 against Barna, and that's for the A and E sides. A and C sides, in our sense, A and B sides, of course, for Barna, and they are in Group A and Group E of the Under-16 Football League, while Monavea Abbey, of course, are the opposition for our B team. Moving to Wednesday then, 2 teams in action in the Under-19 West Football League. The A team in action against Moycullen. That's away in Moycullen at 7, and we're at home to Barna in the B League, and that game is either in Oranmore or Maree. Keep an eye on our social media for further details there. While on Sunday then, the Under-15s are in action. That's at 6:45 in the Prairie against Salt Hill Knocknacarra. And moving then to our hurling fixtures, and unfortunately we've no graphic here, but our senior hurlers due to play in the 3rd round of the league against Killimore Daly this coming Friday away in Killimore Daly at 7, while our junior hurlers had a good victory on Thursday evening. That was against Turlockmore, securing 5 points out of 6 then, and awaiting results to see if they're through to the league quarter final. But the final score there, Oranmore-Maree 2 goals and 26 points, Turlockmore 13 points. Well, back to fixtures we go then, and the Naomh Mhuire ladies football fixtures, and of course along with the 2 Naomh Mhuire under-15 ladies football sides in Feile action this Sunday and hopefully next Monday too. There's 2 other fixtures this week of note. The Under-16 Bs in action on Wednesday evening. That one's at 7 p.m. away to St. Gabriel's, while on this coming weekend, of course, on Saturday, after their 110 to 3 points win over St. Brendan's last week, the seniors are back in action. This time it's against St. James. It's 5 o'clock on Saturday in Old Maree, and we wish them all the best there. Well, finally, to some players from the club who are in action in another code with some good success, and that was with the Maree Oranmore FC soccer team. And well done to the lads who are involved in the under-21 and under-18 Premier Cup winning sides. Of course, some of our players who are involved in our under-19 and adult football teams, part of these successful Maree Oranmore FC winning sides at the week, over the last week, I should say. The under-21 team pictured here had a 3-1 win over Merview at Eamon DC Park. Well, congrats again to all involved there. And that's it. That's your Oranmore-Maree One Club news for this week. Well, time to take a look back at the lotto then. And the numbers, of course, were 15, 16, 24 and 27. The jackpot was €19,100. Not one this week either. That means another €100 goes into the pot next week. So it'll be €19,200 next Monday, the bank holiday Monday, the 1st of May. But we had 2 match 3 winners tonight. I think for the second week in a row, it's €75 going to Katie Harrison, while Tom Heavey also had a match 3 tonight. Well done to both Katie and Tom. Thanks very much for joining us this week. That's been our longest bulletin so far. Plenty of news packed in. And don't forget, if you want to have your news featured on our One Club News each week. You can get in touch with your section PR, or you can send us a DM on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram as well. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the notifications with when our One Club News Bulletin goes live and Lotto Draw. But until next Monday, Slán is Banna.